Ed Lover Show, Tyrese, my in-studio guest, talking about everything going on with Tyrese right now. So let me ask you a couple of quick questions, my brother.
Yeah.
The Will and Jada thing, were you on the Riri?
Yes.
You were?
I was.
Okay, the Rock thing, were you on the Riri?
I was not.
Okay. Can you talk about that?
Well, I'll tell y'all about the Will and Jada first.
Okay.
Because I think if anybody knows me, they will tell you that I don't just love Will Smith, I adore him, I respect him, and I appreciate him. So what happened when I was off them psych meds, I basically had a conversation with his wife, it's true, and I basically said to them, because the movie got pushed back, which is my main source other than doing spot dates and shows and getting money, I needed some help financially to stay afloat, because basically the plan was you go get all your paper, and then as your paper's going down, because the release date of the next fast was already announced, I know that my paper was going right back up.
Okay.
So since it got pushed, you know, I was basically privately calling in a couple favors, and I was never broke, and I'm not broke now. It was like, literally, can you help me out so that I can just stay afloat?
Okay.
And just keep everything that I have and not lose anything, right? So when I had the conversation, it was like, yeah, we got you. You know, let me get back to Will, because I was on the phone with Jada. Let me get back to Will, and we'll basically figure out. And I didn't just ask. I asked for a specific amount. And so because of the psych meds, I went from the Jada Pinkett private conversation and basically went up on my timeline to announce something that was never committed to me. Just like I announced that my wife was pregnant and she wasn't pregnant. Like, anybody who's smart would say you should never announce a pregnancy without at least getting 2 to 3 months into your pregnancy, just in the spirit of being a decent individual. Like, you don't go to your timeline like, I got my wife pregnant and I'm basically 2 weeks into the pregnancy and we pregnant. You got folks out here that rock like that, but not me. So everything about those psych meds had me crying, emotional, making announcements, talking about stuff, getting into particulars and specifics that just as a man of integrity that I would never do. And to be honest with you, you know, as my security right here, Brother Mark Muhammad, who I love, and my wife and everybody, I just really look at it as a blessing that even as embarrassing as a lot of that stuff was, I'm just glad that the psych meds never had me to harm myself or harm anybody.
Yeah, really.
You know,
especially in a time where we have had so many reports of this person passing,
yeah,
that person passing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that is like godsend
I
right
mean,
there.
I was off those psych meds and I was still driving cars. I was off them psych meds, barely sleeping. You know, I never had suicidal thoughts. I never had any thoughts of self-harm or grab a knife, let me go harm this person, or he on his timeline going in on me, let me go get a hold of somebody and do something reckless. I know he gonna be hosting at this club. Like, when you're not in your right state of mind, it can make you go and do some crazy things. And there's a lot of good people, and we know a lot of them. If you got any parts of street on you, there's a lot of good people that got drunk and turned up off of Molly, ecstasy, Percocet, or something that took them out of their right mind state and went and did something crazy, and they still in jail right now as we speak. So by the grace of God, I was able to embarrass myself, but never hurt myself or hurt anybody.
What's the status of your relationship with The Rock right now?
Well, I ended up apologizing publicly about how often, I'll just leave it at that, how often I came at him. But the truth is, everything that I could have said about that man has already been said. You know, I want everybody in the world to know that the biggest movie stars in the world, millionaires and billionaires, sheikhs and royals, they all come to me because I'm the most positive, motivational, inspirational person that most of these people know. I'm not jealous. Most of my friends, financially and career-wise, have way more than me. So if I was insecure or threatened by somebody else's career and opportunities that they have compared to what I have, then I wouldn't be in the midst of any of these people. You know, when I think about Vin, when I think about The Rock, like, these guys are bona fide movie stars, right? And I never claimed to be the biggest star. I'm just me. I don't do 20 movies a year. It's not my story. You know what I'm working on.
Absolutely. We've talked about it several
Okay,
times.
and you've seen it. Like,
yes, sir.
You know that I'm working on something that's so much bigger than how can I be a bigger movie star. So how can I be jealous of an opportunity that somebody else have compared to what came to me? As a matter of fact, to clear the air, which is what I'm here to do, I want people to know that me and Ludacris was actually offered a spinoff long before long before Dwayne and Jason.
That's interesting.
And I turned it down.
Wow.
Because the Fast and the Furious is not about us individually. The reason that I'm gonna tell you the main reason I turned it down, because I can speak for me. I can't speak for Ludacris. The main reason I turned it down is because I'm like, dude, for one, I'm not a comedian. I'm funny, and I crack my jokes, and I am the laughing stock of the Fast and the Furious, but I'm not a comedian. And the reason why my comedy in the Fast and the Furious works is because I get to play on the seriousness of Vin and Dwayne and all of these other characters that's got to come in and be super mean and super aggressive. So if you go and take Roman and Tej, which is the character's name, and go all of a sudden do our own spinoff, then we ain't necessarily got anything to play off of, and so our characters at a certain point would start hitting the same note.
Okay.
So everything about the multi-ethnic cast, the fact that I stand on the shoulders of Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Paul Walker. I didn't start the Fast and the Furious. I came in for part 2. I'm more of a legend in the Fast than The Rock because he just got there. But it ain't my franchise, and it's not his. So for any of us to take the liberty, in my opinion, to go and say, you can offer me a bag of money, you can put my name on a script and just make it about me individually, to me, that compromises the integrity of what the Fast and the Furious is about. And so you can how many times have people privately pitched you on ideas and you was like, nah, I don't know if that worked for me, bro.
Right.
Well, we'll pay you this. I appreciate that offer, but I don't really know if I can swing that one, my brother. And so I just expected for folks to make decisions and I guess think about the integrity of the franchise and think about the integrity of what we as a huge cast stand for. And so naturally I got my integrity, somebody else got their integrity, and you can't really expect somebody to move the way you would move. And so I hit them privately and no response. I hit all of the people that work all around them. And then I had to jump on the public timeline because the goal was to have a conversation and see if I can get him to consider pushing it back and not making the franchise about him. And so at the end of the day, it was bad. It came off as jealous. It came off as if I'm trying to, hate on him and his opportunity. Bro, seriously, you been to my crib. I ain't got no reason to be insecure about what anybody else is driving, living in, how much they worth, what opportunities is coming to them versus me. Like, dude, I'm a studio owner that acts. Okay? I own the place.
You got time to hang out a little bit?
I do have to wrap it up.
Okay.
And I know y'all
Tell
got
me about the
bills to
Love
pay.
Circle Foundation, Voltron Travel, real quick.
Okay, so I want y'all to know, and this is my first time ever announcing this, and this is the truth. I've decided, for the sake of the holiday season, that because none of these other travel sites matter. Y'all might be used to all these other travel sites, but go to VoltronTravel.com, which is my site that I own. My daughter is the co-owner. And throughout the holiday season, I'm putting $10,000 out there to help you travel, to get home to your friends, family, and loved ones for the holiday. Now, it's important that y'all understand the way this thing works, because I don't want nobody like, I went on. The way it's going to go down is every person who books a flight, because I own the site, I get your name and your information. And I'm going to be able to email you with a refund after you make the initial purchase.
Okay.
Up to $10,000. Anything past $10,000,
Yo.
if your flight is booked and you expecting me to hit you up, like I'm gonna list, the names.
Once you pay out $10,000.
Now, and here's the thing: we're doing 2 flights. So if you get on there and you try and book 12 people from your family, ain't gonna happen. I'm taking care of 2 flights. And I'm doing up to $10,000 worth of flights on VoltronTravel.com because everyone is out here pumping this black-owned business, black-owned this and that, but yet we still doing whatever we need to do to benefit the other side. And the other thing I'm going to let y'all know, independent of the $10,000 that I'm donating for the VoltronTravel.com movement, I want y'all to know that I did a deal with UNCF, United Negro College Fund, and so a percentage of every booking, even after the $10,000, is going to help put our kids through college.
Okay.
Okay. So y'all know what Tom Joyner is. Y'all know what UNCF is. Y'all know what that is, helping our babies to get through college. So every booking of VoltronTravel.com, it means something. This is the holiday season. There is no need to go to any other travel site. And in closing, because I know y'all got bills to pay.
And I know you got to talk about the Love Circle Foundation with your wife.
Out from
real
my wife.
quick.
I do not want my wife to curse me out.
Me either.
Okay, thank you.
I don't want to curse me out either.
All right, so the Love Circle Foundation, we're doing something at this church in Norcross, Gwinnett County, where right now, today, we're asking that everybody go through your closet and get rid of all of the shoes and clothes
I got you, bro.
and toys and everything that you're no longer using and wearing. And we want you to go and drop it off at United Methodist Church, and the address is 2500 Beaver Ruin Road. Okay? 2500 Beaver Ruin Road, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can go and drop off all of the stuff. Now, some of y'all got clothes from 3 bodies ago. And we understand what that is. We just basically, there's a lot of people out here that still don't have it the way you have it. Contrary to what you believe, there's a lot of homeless out here in Georgia. There's a lot of kids that will not see a toy or have even food. So we want canned goods, toys, and we want you to go through your closet, pack up. This is like spring cleaning in the middle of winter. Go through your kids' closet, empty everything out. 2500
Beaver Ruin Road in Norcross.
That's right, Norcross, Gwinnett County.
Yes.
And the event is coming up on the 9th.
All right. Well, you make sure you hit me and tell me, and I'll remind everybody.
Got you.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Hey, man, listen.
Exclusive
family,
right here.
I trust you.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm here. I trust you.
My brother.
All right.
All right. Tyrese Gibson in the building with us. It's the At Lover Show with Moni Love.